happening? I'll tell you when we start. That's a good face to begin with. It's halfway there. Ooh, baby.
Does it always take this long?
Mm.
Be sure to mention why.
Oh, if it works. I don't know if it's... All right, guys. Country Internet is bringing us here 10 minutes late. So thank you for being full of grace and patience and doing all the things that I'm like, hey, kids, let's not fight. Let's be patient and love each other. So thanks, guys. Thanks for waiting 10 whole minutes to be on here. Botters are on here, and that makes me super happy. You're not seeing double, people. This is me here, and then I transported to Austin, and that's me there. It's kind of the same thing. I should have maybe.
It's breaking up some. Is that you or me?
Okay, we'll do it the same. There we go. Okay, Amy, now we look like twins.
Creepy.
Okay, guys, let's go ahead and kick this off, because if you are on here, you are totally on here waiting for 10 minutes, and we're so glad. We're on Country Internet, so you really never know what is going to happen, but we are always going to show up on Mondays just to hang out with you, bring you some really great oil information, and highlight another amazing person on our team. And it is my very favorite person. I have, like every week I've got someone great to share with you. But when you've wanted to be like someone since you were 4, it's really amazing to get to show the whole world person you aspire to be, to who you aspire to be since you were like forever little. So I want to introduce you to tonight's guest. This is Amy Zimmerman, and yes, we look a lot alike because she is my big sister. And amongst many other reasons, Amy is pretty amazing because she is a mom of 3, now teenagers, which is pretty cool. She taught me a lot of things about how to be a mom, and a really great wife to a really awesome guy. And she has passion for kids with special needs and cancer survivors, and just standing for what is right and good. And she doesn't back down when something needs advocating. So I am very happy to share with you not only someone who's on our team for doTERRA, but my sister, because you are going to be in for a huge blessing just by her being here. And the Botters are here, and the Botters just had their first class, and they're on Amy's team, which is really excited. So Botters meet Amy, Amy meet Drew and Ashley, and now you guys are going to be besties forever.
Hooray!
So I know. I want to highlight what you're going to do tonight, Amy, and just get excited about kids and oils, but in a way very different than the kids and oils class I taught, because everybody knows that I would rather DIE than DIY. But this has been your jam for years now. Amy teaches aromatherapy, like a DIY essential oils class with kids for years now. And she's done this locally. And we asked if she would bring that to you on the World Wide Web tonight. And she graciously is sharing one of the precious nights that she is home with her kids after a very long day of teaching and being with everyone else's kids. So thank you for being here tonight, Amy. And I am like more nerdy excited about this than I've been able to let on. And I would love for you to share with everybody just what you have in store for us. And then after you do that and kind of get set up, I'll share not really like rules, but like how things work on here for the live. And then we'll jump right in. Does that sound good?
Yeah, sounds great.
Okay, so what do you have in store?
All right. First off, thank you for that introduction. My sister is a little too gracious with how she describes me because although she may want to be like me, I aspire to be like her also. It's pretty cool when you can turn on worship from your old church and your kids can see their aunt lead worship. That's a very powerful thing. And yeah, you're pretty awesome. So that's that. And I really do have Kelly to thank for introducing me to oils. years ago, I had cancer and was looking for more natural solutions for our family because after going through treatments and having side effects, I just wanted to be able to support our bodies naturally. Still go to the doctor, still do all that. But oils tend to be our first line of defense, which I'm super thankful for. And thankful that Kelly took me to that class because I had really been praying on it and kind of sitting on it and wondering what I was going to do. And so she was a huge bonus for me at that point in time and still. So background on me, I used to teach, stayed home with my kids, and then started teaching again, which I didn't think would happen, but it has kind of evolved into that. And what I noticed is that there are, like I'm sure y'all have noticed, essential oils everywhere. And because you can just buy them at the grocery store or buy them on Amazon or wherever, I feel like kids are getting a hold of them a lot more easily than they would because it's like they're all into Pinterest and they're into YouTube and they're into all of those things. And sometimes they come across that and they're like, oh, let me try this, this, and this. So I felt led to do an aromatherapy class. We have aftercare at our school. And I just went to the aftercare director. I was like, what if I did a BTC aromatherapy class for kids? And she was like, absolutely. And honestly, I wasn't seeking out to do that. One of the kids came up to me and they're like, Miss Zimmerman, you should totally do a BTC aromatherapy class for kids. And I looked at him and I went, nobody's gonna, what are you talking about? Kids aren't gonna go to that. And he's like, and he went, I would. And then like 5 other voices chimed in, I would. I was like, okay, well, that could be really cool because I can share my passion. I can share being safety. And I can also hopefully, like from a business standpoint, get some enrollments and just really share the health and benefits of essential oils because they are so great. And especially for kids in classrooms with their emotions and all of that, that's really kind of where I tend to focus when I'm working on aromatherapy with kids is just from the emotional standpoint. We do a little hand sanities and stuff like that too, but we primarily stick to, I think I'm going ahead, Kelly, go through the rules and go into more. Yeah.
Okay. So Amy's about to like let the whole cat out of the bag. So I will rein us in and help you guys navigate tonight's live. So let me look at this really quick to see if I can see how many of you. Okay, so we've got 15 on right now, guys. This is so much fun when we start with a healthy crowd like this. So some of you have already said hello, and I'm going to shout out to you in just a second. But if you haven't been here before, then we do a giveaway every single week. So this week is a mystery oil. It's one from our grab bag, but it's going to be an oil that's in like the $30 range that I've been dying to give away. And it goes alongside with some of the things that Amy's going to talk about tonight. So if you have essential oils already, go ahead, keep playing with us. If you've got another company that you use and love, you are welcome here. Tonight and every Monday night is all about what we're able to bring to you, to edify you, to build you up, and help you use natural solutions even more effectively. We really do believe that it's better together because you're here. It's why we don't just teach these classes on our own, but we open this up to our whole team of leaders, people who want to build a business they love, so that they can teach you because they're going to be experts in areas that I'm just not. So it's better together with them as well. If you want to enter into our giveaway for this mystery oil tonight, then you're going to click on the link that Bo dropped in the comments. It's www.bettertogetherlife.com/giveaway. And then if you've already won, you can still enter. This is how we're also going to send you follow-up emails with the recipes and the content from this every Monday night live. So if you do want to still get follow-up emails from us, go ahead and put it in there. And then some of you might hear from Amy tonight and you're like, geez, she's really cool. And I want to be on the Brotherton team and I want to specifically connect with Amy. When you get your oils with us or anyone on our team, as soon as your oils come in, then we sit down with you and do kind of what me and Amy are doing here, one-on-one chat with a video. So wherever you are in the country or the globe for that matter, we connect with you and we help you make sure that you feel confident using your oils and your membership. That said, when you come to an event like this, we don't have an expectation for you to purchase, but if you do see something you need, we want to help you get it tonight. And we're going to give away some exclusive gifts for people who are enrolling out of tonight's event. So if you want to get started with us, then we're going to send you a keychain. I wish I could get my screenshot up. Actually, Bo might be able to find it later. A keychain with 8 small little sample vial sizes of oils. And this is our gift to anybody who's getting started with a kit tonight. So I'll throw that out there at the beginning, and then I can explain this toward the end. But just want you to know what the intention of tonight is, to talk all about essential oils and DIY projects that you can do with your kids. It's coming up on summer where you're going to have a lot more time with them. And this is going to help you build quality memories that your kids are going to it's going to come to them when they think of the summers that they spent with you. So Amy was saying, just about to get into like the safety part and the real heart of why she does this, not only that a room full of kids, like she's amiable Amy for a reason. They all like her. She's super fun. So you just, I mean, with kids, they flock to her. So when she's talking about this, it's really because she cares very strongly about the safety of kids, and especially with social media, the misinformation that can get around. So Amy, why don't you just break that off for us? What's important to you that we learn about tonight? And then some of your tips and really great recipes.
Yeah, so we'll be having fun tonight. We're going to make a few things. I'll show you how I do it and how I do it quickly. So my BTC class is 45 minutes, but really the time that we get to actually create things boils down to about 30. So it's super fast. And I sit the kids down, and in the beginning, it's like a 8-week session. So in the beginning, we first sit down and we talk about safety of oils, why they're important. We kind of run through just how strong and potent they are, and the importance of using them responsibly. And it was so cute because last week, one of my kids, we were talking about making hand soap. So we did a foaming hand soap, which we'll do tonight, recipe. And one of my kids goes, "But Miss Zimmerman, you've been telling us to use citrus oils, and you told us that citrus oils are photosensitive. What if we get a sunburn if we go out in the sun after we wash our hands?" Which I was really excited about because that meant she was listening, and I pointed that out to everyone. And this was a 2nd grader. This is not like a 5th grader. This was an itty bitty. And then she pipes in, "But I guess I could use green mandarin because green mandarin is not photosensitive," which made me even more excited because I really meant she was listening.
You're such a good teacher.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it. But like, those are the important things that I think kids need to know. One, we don't just go and grab oils and douse them all over ourselves. And as adults, if we're going to classes and learning these things, we know them. But the thing is that some of my kids at my school have their own Amazon accounts, and they have their own this and their own that, and they go shopping and their parents don't know these things they're buying. Sometimes, not all the time. And I don't even think that's unique to my school. I think that's just the world we live in right now. And so, you know, I mean, if my kids got an Amazon gift card, they could very well possibly go on Amazon and purchase something if they wanted to, you know. So we just have to be really careful with oils, especially just because you can have sensitivity to them if you're not using them safely. They're medicinal, so you need to be really careful. Ooh, am I allowed to say that? I don't know.
Yeah, you can.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So, so one thing I do with my kids, I tend to have younger kids, and it's super cheesy, but I look at them at the beginning of every class and the end of every class. We make a really cheesy voice and we go, "Respect the oils." Super cheesy, but they remember. So I have like 10 kids all chanting back at me, "Respect the oils."
Respect the oils.
So we do that. And then another one that kind of just came to me was, I remember when I was teaching itty bitties years ago, when we only had glue and not really glue sticks, we would say just a drop, not a lot. And, but with oils, what I kind of switched it, and I say just a drop is a lot. So that is running through their mind. They're remembering that it's a rhyme, right? Ish. And so they're thinking about, oh my gosh, just 1 drop is a lot. I don't need a ton. And my kids tend to be super duper cautious when using them. And and are really, I think, aware, which makes me happy. And a lot of them go home and teach their parents about it, which is super cool too.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. So it's aromatherapy. And a lot of them just want to make things that smell really, really, really good. So we tend to not get into the super woody oils because they're not like perfumey and yummy and delicious. So we tend to go into, I really like the kids to use the citrus oils. I feel like they're safe. I don't have to worry too much about sensitivity. If a kid is going to have one, we use our lavender quite a bit, serenity, and actually the kids do like balance. So we'll pop in a balance. And I prefer spearmint over peppermint with littles, just because I feel like peppermint is uber strong and spearmint tends to be a little less overwhelming. I do have a few kids that really love peppermint. I have one child who loves ginger. Go figure. Like she can't get enough of it. So, so we use, ginger sometimes.
I mean, I think you're right. Everybody grabs that peppermint. It's in all of the first kits that you get, but the spearmint is so mild, and it's one of my favorites to put into the diffuser. So everybody right now, you just grab your oil, put it in your hand, smell it a little bit.
So delicious.
And you just get a DIY diffuser.
Yeah. Oh, you know what we did for a diffuser once?
Tell me.
Orbeez.
What?
Saw this on the doTERRA website. So you get a little mason jar. You fill it up. You make your Orbeez first. You get your Orbeez to put the Orbeez in the mason jar and then get a cute little lid, or you could even drill holes in the lid.
Cute.
And they just tap. You get, I gave them a little sample bottle of oil. I also diluted it with fractionated coconut oil to be on the safe side, because these are kids that are taking it home and then using it. And then they just tap it into their diffuser, and they have a cute little diffuser. We did discuss that they're going to have to throw it away at some point in time because it's going to
get grimy, guys.
But it was really fun. And what kids don't love Orbeez? Like, that's super duper fun. Also,
kids and grown-ups. This is one of my favorite things. I buy a big sack of them from Amazon every year. Not even that big. But any chance it's going to be like a funky day outside, this is one of the first DIY things that are sensory DIY type things that we were ever doing, was like making a sensory bin and then putting like animals in it, and the kids would have to find them, and then we'd say what the animals were and the sounds and everything. So yeah, that's a great teaching tool. How fun are you?
Yeah, it's super fun. And so they just have little mason jars, like just the little teeny ones. And we just fill them up with Orbeez, and then they've got their own little diffuser that they're taking home with them. A lot of them love Citrus Bliss. As a matter of fact, that's on my next order because I'm out, because they love it so much. But speaking of fun, and sometimes you're going to have to get rid of it. A couple weeks, last week, we did lime. So here,
I wish I had my own version of these right here. That's
you would wish you had smell-o-vision too, because this is spearmint slime. So what I did is I made it with spearmint, because what's happening, I've discovered after doing this a few times. Well, first, I refuse to ever do slime because I'm a mom and I hate slime.
I appreciate it.
It's my carpet shows how much I love slime in my house, but which is why I don't like slime at my house. So I am very reluctant to do it, but I'm also in after school class and kids love it. So you got to give them what they love sometimes. So what I did is, this is clear glue with a little bit of baking soda, and you really have to kind of add the contact solution slowly to it. And also I used mica powder, which is really cool. And I got it from a cool company on Amazon. And the mica powder kind of gave it, you can tell it's kind of like an iridescent green. It's super cool. And then just like 3 drops of spearmint, and that was it. And then mine is the only one, because I use spearmint, I'm convinced, that did not turn out gacky. I found, because like I told you, I love using citrus oils with my
and that
kids.
like breaks it apart, right? Like
so it just becomes, it's like that. And they, of course, want it to be really stretchy, slimy. And I have got slime experts in my aromatherapy classes that they're like, why is it not working? This is just how I do it at home. And I'm convinced it's the citrus oil. So spearmint with this kind of slime, with the glue slime, works really well. And it really does. Like the second you pop that thing open, it smells so good. It's been a week. It's still great. But this goes back to the stuff that we do in class is eventually going to have to be thrown away, kids. You cannot hold on to that for a full year. Like I've had to have serious conversations with some of my aromatherapy kids that keep coming back. I'm like, oh, girlfriend, that's been in your drawer for a year now. Throw it away.
Like we need to stop. Do you think that adding like not the citrus, because the citrus, you know, like think of that, a practical use for citrus. We were talking about this as we prepped for tonight. Practical use for citrus is like, hey, my kid washed their shirt in the laundry and the stickers stuck on it. I used a little lemon to get that off. Or, you know, like real practical in my house, we have brand new windows, so they all came with stickers on them. So I'm using the lemon or the grapefruit to scrape off that sticky stuff, which would make sense why it's not an ideal use in your slime. But do you think the spearmint helps it last a little longer and not become like a biohazard, or no?
Well, so that's what I'm kind of wondering. I mean, part of me is going there because I've had it in this container that I got. And this is it, guys. It's like one of those little containers from HEB. Super easy if you're thinking about doing something like this with like, it's great for a birthday party. If your kid's having a birthday party, they would love this. And just put in here. So see all this air that's in here? Like typically when you get slime containers, they're like filled to the brim so that there's not air to dry it out. And this is lasting pretty decently. So that spearmint may be prolonging it, but let me tell you, I love opening it up and smelling it every time. It's just awesome. Super great. So this is one, I'm going to show you two types of slime. So this is one type of slime that's already made that I was like, oh, I can just show this tonight and let people see what this looks like. Now, another type of slime that I found that I can create that works really, really well with citrus oils. You're like, wait, you just told me this. Well, this is like, it's done with clay. So this is just the clay. This is the clay. It comes in a box. It's like modeling clay, but I think it's also advertised as like slime clay on Amazon. And Kelly, I don't know, can you link those Amazon links on your Better Together like channel or something like that? I'm not sure. Because I can share this with you later. That's something that can go in the comments later. Is that possible?
Yeah. We can drop it in the comments after we publish the video. So that's good.
Very cool. So all you do is you just take, and you kind of look like this is already pretty stretchy, but it's not quite slimy, right? And so what we did is we just added, this is doTERRA lotion. You don't have to use doTERRA lotion. When I do aromatherapy with my kids, I don't do everything doTERRA. I use the oils, everything oily doTERRA. But like the lotions and stuff, I'll just use a clean lotion and things like that. So all you're going to do is you're just going to add like squirts of lotion until it gets kind of slimy and just add a few drops of essential oil. Of course, they love food coloring. I try to get like a plant-based, safer food coloring so that my kids aren't getting extra dyes into them too. So that's what I tend to do. So that is a second slime. And this is really great clay. We tried it. My daughter likes to make slime my middle, and she tried the Model Magic with lotion. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. Except for when I went online to order it, it was just crazy expensive. And so I found this stuff that works really well. And I feel like it works better than the Crayola Model Magic. You could use Crayola Model Magic, but I feel like
so cool.
Yeah, this works way, way better. And it's so satisfying.
Like cloud slime.
It is.
Right? Like,
yes.
So you guys don't know this about Amy, but like, let me give you some examples of how she is like childlike heart through and through. You know, those switch pillows? Like if you have one, Amy can't stop switching them. If you had like mashed potatoes on a plate, she's like creating architecture out of it, even as a grown-up. I mean, she's totally like a grown-up. I'm just saying, like in the right setting, Amy's just going to be fidgeting, playing with, and she's the best person to teach you about this kind of stuff because she's going to be like, no, this is like a cloud and you can't stop stretching and like molding and squishing, and it's so good. Maybe you could even speak to this for a hot second, because I know you have really cool stuff coming up, Aim, but can you pause, because your school is really unique in the way that it teaches kids to be emotionally intelligent or tap into that emotional intelligence. How do things like slime or stress balls or things that require that the brain to work with the body to help process thoughts, how are those helpful for our kids?
Well, I mean, so we have a lot of our classrooms will have peace corners in them. And actually, a lot of the teachers tend to get things with essential oils in them or smell good things to help calm their kids. So some of the teachers have said, I need something in my peace corner. And one of them, we had a kid who just, a lot of it, what they need to do is take deep breaths, right? I mean, that's part of your self-regulation. If you can take deep calming breaths and breathe in. So if you just get a little lotion bottle, empty, put a cotton ball in with a drop of lavender on it, kid's going to go over and just take a deep breath and calm their body. So much of it, if you can just walk away from the situation and calm your body, and the kid and that child can self-regulate. As an adult, that's what we need to do, right? And as a parent, that's the whole function of timeout. The function of timeout is not punitive. It's, hey, guess what? I need a break from you. You need a break from me. And we need to think about the situation and come back and be able to talk about it in a rational way. And so those peace corners, the different sensory stuff that's in there, like we'll have stress balls. It's another thing like where you're just you're bringing in some other energy into your body that is allowing you to calm down and focus your body. If you can focus on something else like squishing this instead of the whole situation that's making you boil up, then you're able to calm your body down. Deep breaths. Same thing. We have a mindfulness director who comes in, and that's a big part of what he does is we're taking deep breaths and we're regulating our body and we're, just making ourselves more aware of what's around us and helping us self-regulate. So, yeah.
Yeah. And any parent can take that and apply that at home. When we get into the car after a hard school day, have a little slime, have a little Orbeez thing, have a little something sensory, because when we're using our mind, when we're a child and there's very little we're in control over, but adults expect us to control ourselves.
Yeah.
Without the tools, it becomes really challenging. And so many times we're trying to, not necessarily in your school, but in a lot of situations, even as a parent who homeschools, we really want our kids to maintain control and maybe even have an expectation for them to be a certain behavior or way when we're out with other people. But those same little things are self-regulation that they just don't have the skills for yet. So giving them a tool, a tangible tool, a stone to rub, a fidget to spin, something like this to help. We were learning that that talisman or that physical thing that they're going to touch is really important. It's why we love our kids' oils, right? Because they have those tactile labels. But the smell is a secondary way to help them have that physical, that emotional impact. So physically touching something that reminds them like an anchor. And then talisman might have been like a Lord of the Rings type word.
That's funny.
And then the scent, Bogos, you shall not pass. And then the scent of it does the emotional work where we're accessing those centers of the brain with stress and trauma. So I'm so glad you spoke to that, because I know it's something that you guys actively practice. Yes. Nicole says, I love calling it a peace corner. It's really positive. Yeah. And I've learned that is like I'm expecting perfection, or I'm expecting adult responses from people who are not even 10 yet. And that is unrealistic. So to give my kids an oil or a space where they're coloring, or they're resetting their minds, reframing these scenarios so that then they can re-enter and say, I'm sorry for this. It's wrong because how can I help? And we move forward, right? I think that's an awesome thing that you guys really practice a lot. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can
it's
we
quite
take a
special.
second for questions?
Absolutely.
Okay, so Nicole says, great tip for timeout. Michelle Harold said, I could totally use slime for myself, better than any stress ball.
Absolutely.
Daybird Aviaries is loving it. He says, excellent information. Jatan's here. Creating Essence, Aim says, those deep breaths are pivotal here with an autism life. So kids in your home that are on the spectrum, absolutely giving them, she says her whole house is a peace corner. That's awesome. I love it. Yeah, Drew Botter says they're going to have to do a DIY party and make some of these things. This is awesome, guys.
It's so
yes,
fun.
you are on Amy's team, so you just send her a direct email and she will send you all of these recipes for sure.
Well, absolutely. And actually, I am about to do one of my good friends. Her daughter's having a birthday party, and she's like, "Can you help me?" And I said, "Sure." So we're gonna do some like a kind of we'll do this cloud slime. And the cool thing when you do the cloud slime is that you can get just a small little travel lotion bottle too, so they can make the lotion smell like the slime they created. So then when their slime kind of gets a little dried out, they can just add more lotion whenever they, which is really
a great idea. It's never ending scent. I love it.
Never ending.
Okay, guys, we've got about 20 people on here, so that's a little bit more than the last time we were just pausing. If you haven't entered the raffle, go for it. I've got a mystery oil that I'm going to give away at the end of tonight, and you're not going to want to miss out on it. This is also how we follow up with you. So if you want to just find out more about oils and do a one-on-one chat with me or Amy, then we're going to do like what me and Amy are doing here, looking at each other face to face, even through the computer. Or if you're local to the Austin area, Amy can meet up with you. She keeps us coming back to the Hill Country because how can we stay away from Zimmerman's? So yes, Jatan, Amy is my sister, and I shared at the beginning, like, I still want to be her when I grow up. So you guys are in very good hands tonight. Thank you, Botters, for moderating, and Nicole and Carrie. You guys are awesome in here. Feel free to ask them questions if we haven't gotten to your answer yet, but we'll keep pausing. So enter that giveaway, and then this is also how we'll follow up with you if you want to know, even if you're using another company and you just want to know what's different about the company doTERRA that we have to offer. These are questions that we answer all the time, and we're really happy to chat about them. So drop them here so the whole group can benefit, or messages, and we'll be able to take care of that. Cool? All right, Aim, keep going. Okay. This is so good.
Yeah. So what I want to share with you guys next, this is actually that lotion bottle that I was talking about. Just Amazon, guys. Amazon is like my best friend.
Amazon everything.
That's where I got this. But actually, what we made in this last season is a hand sanitizer. So I just got a cute little sticker. We wrote hand sanitizer on it. And honestly, all it is aloe vera gel and some oil. And that's it. We used On Guard. Some of them wanted to create like their own On Guard. So we looked up the recipe and they kind of created, well, a not real recipe, like what we think would be On Guard recipe. And just, they created their own. And then they just used their hand sanitizer and they took it home and they love it. Today was so much fun because we made bracelets. So it was really cool. We made bracelets today, which were really fun. We used just this suede cord. Let me grab it really quick from my bag because I came home.
And then share the pictures of it too, because those are awesome.
Let me grab my phone and I'll show you really quick. These are the pictures. So this is what we did. Do you see? So they did beads and like suede cord. And it was so simple. They told me what colors they wanted. And then they braided them we just clipped them on a clipboards and they braided them. And some of them did like super, like I have some fourth graders in there. So they did really intricate ones. You can see that. And then, but my littles did such cool things. Look at how neat this is. Look at all those beads and cords. Isn't that so fun? It's So fun. And
We're going to wear it for the rest of the year.
I was just kind of like, hey, you can braid it or you can do this. And they just were like, oh, we're going to do this, this, and this. And they went off and like created their own thing. So then the way that we tied in the essential oil with it is I had a little glass bowl and right down here. So just like cute little kitchen bowl. And I just put one drop. They chose their oil. Most of them chose like tangerine or lemon. My one ginger kid chose her ginger. Which I was like,
if she has red hair, I'm going to die. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, smell like ginger all day. Anyways, but she loves ginger. So there you go. So what did I just put a drop of that in a pump of fractionated coconut oil in. And then they took their bracelets and they just soaked it in there. And so then they've got that for their, because, you know, you still want to be really careful with sensitivity. And that's always been like one of my hesitations with making the bracelets is I'm like, well, it's great that we're putting it on the cord, but then the cord is going to be directly on their skin. And your wrists are really sensitive areas, you know, so it doesn't matter. I mean, like, so I want to make sure that it's diluted still. So, so that's what I did. And then we'll make a roller bottle next week of the same essential oil. That'll be a diluted roller bottle. And then they can just roll that on their bracelet whenever they want. And the bracelet tends to carry the essential oil smell longer than just putting it on your skin, which is really cool.
So it's like a whole nother layer of that emotional aromatherapy throughout the day, right?
Yes.
This would be great for parents whose kids go to a school that don't allow essential oils, for example. Like maybe they can't have diffusers in their classroom, or maybe they really need that in tune for focus. They could roll that right on their leather bracelet, and then their leather bracelet will carry the scent.
Yeah. So this is like what the cord is. It's just suede cording, and you can find it at Michael's or anything like that. That's where I got mine. I'm sure you can find it on Amazon too.
Amazon.
We love Amazon.
Oh, we should have prepared with all these affiliate links, Aim.
I
would
know.
have had a whole following, man.
Yeah, we should do that for you. But here's a couple of examples of just the braided ones.
Hi, Garrick.
There's my son, Garrick. Hey, we're doing a Zoom, dude. You want to teach him about essential oils and how?
You're on the Garrick, you're on our YouTube channel right now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, his shirt's on.
Yes, his shirt's on.
Uncle Bo. Like, wait, is everyone fully clothed on this channel?
Love you, bud. So we just braided it, knotted it, and then took the knot back through here and just kind of
left a space.
Through.
You didn't even have to do a little fastener.
You don't have to do a fastener. It's so easy. And they can layer them, and it's super, super cute. And I was really excited that it went so well because there were 12 of them, and that can be a little overwhelming with one adult and 30 minutes to get this done.
And you're like, how do I teach all of these children to braid right now?
Yeah. Talk about needing all the oils. That's why some of them turned out really funky, and they're so cool. I wish that mine looked like theirs.
Yes, like, with the piece, that was great. So yeah, I think there's such a cool element of this, and something that we didn't talk about earlier was I think your heart for kids. I think a lot of people get into doTERRA, and you guys know that this is our business. So we're never like pressuring God's will. It's not something that we ever have to do, but to highlight this super unique thing about Amy is we build our business online, but we didn't start that way, right? We started telling people about essential oils, like literally in our living room, in my kitchen, making baby bottom, like salve for your cloth diapers, like just super crunchy things. And Amy was way past the baby bottom stage by the time we got into essential oils. But Amy has always loved kids. Always been the person that kids just magnetize to. And she has her degree in special needs. It's her master's, isn't it, Aim?
Yeah.
Did you have your master's and special needs. So when she went to go back to school, or when she went to school and then started teaching and then went back to teaching after she'd had her kids and even been through cancer and now God's glory, totally cancer-free, which is a whole nother miraculous story that we can tell you guys about another time. But the idea is that you can use what you're already wired for, right? Like from day one, you've been wired to work with kids, and then just decide, this is how I want to build my doTERRA business. So you go to kids first. Kids are your gateway. And then they're like, Mom, I want these oils. And then you help the parents by equipping them with a kit and getting them started, and then helping them through a one-on-one. So once they get their oils, you sit down with them, you open them up and help them use them for their family. But was that something that was, that you had to sort of discover, like how you wanted to create a business that you loved?
Yeah, for sure. Kids are my jam. Like I said, they are just, I will go and sit at a kid table any day. They're just fun. They're easy and always entertaining and super honest too. Like they'll be like, I don't like that. Or I do. And you know what you're getting when you're with kids, right? You don't have to worry about someone going and being like, or anything like that. So I love kids. I love adults too, but I really love kids. And so what I've found is it's when you're using essential oils and when you're selling them. I don't feel like I have to sell them when I'm doing this with kids and then presenting it to parents. I feel like it's more of a presentation. And so it's an easier transition for me doing this business. And it really I felt like I was able to breathe doing it because I figured out a way to incorporate it into my life, which was really good instead of me trying to force myself to be in something I'm not. Kelly and I are sisters, but she's amazing at what she does. And every time I'm like, what? How did you do that? That's incredible. And she's super charismatic and a really great teacher and salesperson. She really, really is. I feel like I'm a great teacher and a great presenter. And that's where I am, and so these two just lend each other really well for me and they work great. I enjoy it. It's super enjoyable. Yeah.
I love that about you. And that it never deterred you for a minute. You were like, this is my niche and I'm going with it. I'm all in. And here you are teaching, potentially 30,000 people about making this really awesome slime. Okay. So we've got slime, we've got Orbeez, diffusers, bracelets. So like a personal diffuser bracelet throughout the day with these cool leather ones. I'm going to totally make that this summer with Ella. She's going to freak. What's next? What do you love? We've got about 10 more minutes and then we'll open up just for questions and our giveaway. So what do you love that we've got to know about?
Yeah. So I think something that I found that kind of stumbled upon was this hair detangler. I feel like it's key. I also feel like it's even more key today because I sent Toma kindergartner with lice. So I know, sounds super gross, but so gross. And my child had it 5 times in the 5th grade. We even went and got her professionally treated. And not until I had her head soaked in coconut oil at my house with all of the essential oils that I thought could possibly work, did they not come back. I'm not kidding. We did the heated thing. We did the everything, all of the things, spent hundreds of dollars. And that one thing worked really well. It took hours and hours, but it worked. So lice prevention spray / hair detangler. Bugs, those little buggies for your hair, they do not like essential oils. They do not like it. Whenever you go to those professional places, they give you a peppermint spray or a tea tree spray or something like that. I think any essential oil could work. doTERRA has proven that clove essential oil actually works. If you go to doTERRA Science, you'll see lice and clove, no bueno. So my kid but when you're working with kids in essential classes, clove is very clovey and doesn't smell the best, but lavender smells amazing. So that's what we do. We just get a little bottle. I like to use the 4 ounce when we're doing detangler because it's bigger, but We just made hairspray last week, so I'm out of my 4 ounces. So we're stuck with this guy. But it's so easy. And I'm grabbing my stuff out of my bag from last week. So all you need is vegetable glycerin, distilled water. You can add a splash of your fractionated coconut oil into kind of like as more of a conditioning, and your essential oil. So you're just going to take it. You're going to, and it says that I would do a half tablespoon in a 2 ounce and a full tablespoon in a 4 ounce. You just squeeze it in there. That's it. Like what I do is I like to get my measuring spoon and do one where I just kind of squeeze it in the measuring spoon and figure out exactly how much squeeze I'm doing. So then when I'm doing 15 other bottles, I can just go squeeze, 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 and not have to measure with the spoon, because that can be very exhausting. Okay, then I've got my distilled water and I'm just going to pour that in. Oop. Here we go. And then from there, this already had lavender in it, so it smells pretty lavendery. I'm probably just going to add like 2 drops of lavender. With the 5 ounce bottle, or with the 4 ounce bottle, we added about 8 drops of essential oil. And then they had their awesome detangler, and it works. Like parents were asking me, how did you make that detangler? It worked so well on their hair. Vegetable oil. Yeah, I mean, vegetable glycerin. So it's vegetable glycerin, distilled water, and like a pump of fractionated coconut oil. That was it. And your oils. So I'm just going to put in 2 drops of lavender. So glad I'm making this because it's summertime. And summertime means pool time. Yeah. And pool time means lots of sticky hair. And then I just do a pump of my fractionated coconut oil. If you have doTERRA's fractionated coconut oil, they have those pumps now available, which are super awesome. So easy to fill your roller bottles, everything like that with a pump on that fractionated coconut oil. And then I've got my spray. Yeah. We just, and that's it. So I think we can do one last thing. I wanted to show you guys Play-Doh. Not going to happen because we just don't have time. But I can quickly show you. I did. So I make my own foaming hand, body wash for my shower. And my kids do it too. We do foaming hand soaps. You can get these, again, Amazon. Also, they're cheaper on Aromatools or something like that. Cute little sticker, makes it super fun. Enjoy every moment. We fill it 1/4 of the way with Castile soap. They love the Dr. Bronner's almond soap. Yes, because it smells like cookies already. So then you just have to add a few drops of, so it's
this is amazing.
Right here. So this is our Dr. Bronner's, masking tape too. Castile soap. So I'm just going to take my soap container and I'm going to fill it up 1/4 of the way-ish with the Dr. Bronner's. And then I'm going to add my citrus oil. For me, I'm going to do grapefruit because I got it right here. Super easy. And I'm just going to do about, well, it's empty. I guess I'll do lavender. Nope, grapefruit I can do. So this is about 10 drops. If you look, you can see it right there. That's left in here. I'm just going to pop my cap and drop it in there. And then I'm going to add, I know, drop it. And then I'm just going to do a couple pumps of fractionated coconut oil to add for the moisturizer. And then distilled water again. And you shake it up and then you've got foaming hand soap. Y'all, how cheap and easy is that? And so this is what my kids will go home to. We make it in a smaller bottle, but it's what they get home with. And then they've got foaming hand soap for the house. And so that's where my second grader was like, but Ms. Zimmerman, we can't use citrus oils. What if we go outside for? And I said, well, also, sweet child, when you wash your hands, it tends to be before you go to eat dinner. So I don't think you're going to be out in the sun, right after you wash your hands. It's usually when you're coming in for college. Yes, you're right. But that's it. So easy. So now I can go put this in my shower. Thank you for us having this class. So now I have more shower soap.
I just do what I can do to contribute to the benefit of you, really.
You do.
My whole life has just been to make your life better.
Always. Yeah.
Amy, this is super awesome. Okay. So I'm going to throw this out there. I've got a couple of questions. Can you entertain them?
Absolutely. And then don't let me forget to share screen a lot of my recipes from my MailChimp.
That's exactly the first question. Why don't you do that now? And then would you be willing to send those to me, and anybody who leaves their name in the comment, we'll send them a follow-up email. So guys, if you will use that same link for the giveaway, go ahead, and if you've already won a giveaway, don't sweat it. Just put your name in there. We'll jump over your name. But in the comments, put your, click on the link for the giveaway, bettertogetherlife.com/giveaway, and we'll send you what Amy's showing us right here. We'll send it in an email because she graciously has collected these together. And Amy is one of my favorite people when we talk safety because she is a straight up cynic, y'all. Like if I am worried whether something is going to go over well or not, I go to Amy and she tells me all the problems. So if you're getting information from her,
isn't that just a great quality to have?
It is, because everyone should have someone who will tell them truth in love. And you do. Like you never do something out of like pride, like, oh, Kelly, get off your high horse. It's always like, hey, if you want this to be really good, here's some things you could tweak. So what you're going to get from Amy is always going to be really responsible. It's never going to tell you to just put oils in so she can sell you more oils. They're always going to have a purpose, and they're really, really fun things too. Like she's the people that we call when we want our kids to have a really great weekend so we can go do something fun. So Amy, show us some of these. Let me see if I can.
So this is one thing we've done, and we've done essential oil soap. And y'all, I just got some like organic goat's milk soap or shea soap off of Amazon. And what's so easy is that you can, if you're doing it with a big class like I am, it's much easier if I have a microwave. The first year I did it, we did it in, measuring cups, put it in there and over hot water and did the double boil. And it was not safe, one, but I had bigger kids, so I felt a little bit better. But two, it took forever. So the microwave was way easier. So we just melt it down. You add your soap dye. Again, they have safe dyes off Amazon that you can use. And then 10 to 12 drops of essential oil. You pour in the mold, you let cool and enjoy. Something that I noticed with this is that sometimes you have to add a little bit more essential oil because the soap base is hot. It's going to evaporate off pretty quickly. The smell will. So you may have to add more than 10 to 12 drops. Just with my kids, I tend to say that. And also, if you look at these molds, they're just the IKEA molds. These are the actual molds I use, like when we used to do little small hand soaps. So 10 to 12 drops is for those ones. It makes sense. If you're using the bigger ones, you're going to want to use more oils. So you just kind of have to guess and like honestly play around with it and see what works for you and what you're doing. Another thing that we've done, these were super fun. I did these with my bigger kids and they were loofah soap bars and it was so fun. So it's just clear glycerin soap is your soap base, your essential oils, plant-based dye, your soap mold, and you cut your loofahs to like fit in there and you just pour it over. Super fun, super easy. I think we even used the mica powder on that one too.
I'm going to have so many loofahs to give you to use for this project next year. I'm going to grow them. They grow so big.
That'll be fun if you grow them. That'd be cool.
I know.
All right, so this is the essential slime we did. We used glue, baking soda, contact solution, and then doTERRA and I forgot the glitter. Glitter is always essential with kids when you're doing this stuff. They love it.
And grown-ups.
Oh my gosh, always glitter's your favorite color.
It is my favorite color.
This was something fun I did with my bigger kids. So my mom discovered that milk of magnesia is an awesome deodorant. Yes, it is. It really does work. I don't understand it, but it works. So then when you add your yummy essential oil to it, it's even better. And you just do it in a spray bottle and it's like a spray deodorant you use. It's not an antiperspirant, but it's a deodorant and it works great. Yeah. Love it. Yeah. So did that with them. And it's really just filling the bottle with milk of magnesia and 5 to 6 drops of your oil. Play-Doh soap, so fun. It's it kind of becomes more of like a clay. And, but this is exactly what we did. Just cornstarch, Castile soap, almond oil, and then essential oil. And it'll just stay in there. And all these recipes, you will get all of these just kind of linked up like this with these pictures. They're really great. Oh, I love these coconut oil melts that we did for the bath. Y'all, you step out of the bathtub, totally luscious because the coconut oil just kind of
luxurious.
Yeah. And so you walk out and you're super moisturized and it's so lovely. And you have to keep them in the fridge though, because we know what happens with coconut oil when your bathroom gets really hot. It's just going to become a melty mess. So yeah. And then shower melts are,
And you're not worried if your baby eats them.
No, you're not. You're okay. So shower melts are really great. We use them. We made Garrick some, my oldest, he has terrible allergies, with Breathe essential oil. But you could, think about if you want like a spa shower too. These are great things for you too. But the kids, of course, always love citrus oils. So we would just make these, dry them overnight. What I found works best is if you take your essential oil after they've dried and you put a couple drops on after they've dried too, because it's just goes into it just works best for you to get that aromatic benefit, I think. And then when you do drop them in the bottom of your shower just smells delicious.
Yeah.
Bombs and Easter eggs. These are fun. Rice socks when it's cold out. You can use them either way. You could put them in the freezer or in the microwave. And then I sewed on like a little felt patch on there. With my big kids, we sewed felt patches on them so that then they could just drop their essential oil on there after, because your rice sock is eventually going to lose its scent. So that way then they could still have that benefit later. And it's diluted in a little sample bottle is what we do. Sugar scrub, always super fun. And then the foaming hand soap, which I just showed you how to do. These are more of those shower discs. We always do a sleepy time spray. We do a few roller bottles, like a sleepy roller bottle, an immune support roller bottle. And sometimes we'll do like a cheerful roller bottle, which will be oil with, like a citrus oil to boost your mood. And so the kids all know that citrus oils boost their moods and that tree oils kind of ground them and calm them. And lavender does the same when they walk away from the class. I always include when I'm sending this home with kids, like how important topical dilution is. And I feel like even today when we were making our bracelets and then we put the drop of essential oil in the bowl and then put the carrier oil with it, that's huge. It's showing them that they always need to use a carrier oil with their essential oils. They can't just take them and grab them and put them on wherever. And so I feel like that's super key with my kids at home and my kids that I'm teaching at school. Cause I am cautious, I don't want anybody to have a bad reaction to it. That's not what they're made for. And so we always dilute. Y'all, everybody can do this with their old essential oil bottles, which is it's just your hand sani. And it's a couple drops of fractionated coconut oil on guard, and then fill the rest with distilled water and a pinch of salt. That's it. And you can get the little spray caps at any of the like Oil Life or anything like that. I don't recommend getting this on Amazon because they're so expensive. But Aroma Tools, Oil Life, all of those the websites that sell essential oil like bottles and things like that, you can get them from there. Accessories.
And there's so many cute things to add on to there too. Oh, but make sure you're getting the one for the proper size bottle, right? Because some of you can get them for the smaller bottles. If you have a larger bottle, like one like this, that's going to be that 15 ml, like the one you have in your picture.
Yeah, that's going to be key. Because sometimes they'll sell them for like a 5 ml bottle, which is a bigger bottle. And so it's not going to fit on your teeny little thing. Or 5 ounce bottle, not ml. Epsom salts, easy. I love them. The kids love them. And I even saw this recipe the other night where you can make it can be an Epsom salt mold which is super cool. I want to try that with my kids in my next session in the fall. But it's so you use a cookie cutter, and you just get your Epsom salts wet, and they kind of mold in there and dry, and then they can drop them in. Like, it's super cute. Yeah. But these also make for a great Mother's Day gift. We always do Epsom salts for either Christmas or Mother's Day or something like that. They're really awesome. And then we've got
all awesome.
Yeah. So I found that when we're making sprays like linen sprays or shoe sprays or something like that, witch hazel or vodka is way better to use. Like a lot of the recipes call for half witch hazel, half your water. You could just use vodka. I even emailed my parents once. I was like, sorry if your kids came home with some boozy smelling stuff this week, but it was like for a shoe spray that we made. And so that stuff just dries faster. So it's a little bit easier to use or better to use when you're doing some sprays sometimes. And then I just kind of tied in some diffuser blends that are really fantastic. Bath bombs. Yeah. Bath bombs are super duper tricky, especially when you're doing them with a room full of like 15 kids. This is the tricky part. The citric acid and the baking soda, when they get wet, because you put those together, and when they get wet, they fizz. And so when they fizz, it can literally bomb, like it'll bomb out of the bath mold. I can't tell you how many of these I've had bomb out. And you're just like, ah. And that's one thing I do with the kids too. I'm like, guys, sometimes things don't work out the way we plan them. It's going to be okay. Everything will be all right. And they're like, Zimmerman. But what I found that does work with this is if I put the water in a spray bottle and spray it. So I'll make that mixture, because you want it to be like a damp sand, and I'll spray it with the spray bottle, way better, because then it'll form into my molds. And I use those IKEA molds that I showed you in the first picture that we use for the soaps and stuff like that. I use those often for bath bombs because they're just super easy and they pop right out after they dry. Yes, we've even done oil infused box. Which all my kids freak out because they're like, Miss Zimmerman, you said never to put them in your nose or your ears or your eyes or your mouth. And now you're telling us we can eat them. And I said, only when you're with me or an adult can you bake with them. Then it's okay. Because I really try and encourage the kids. I'm never going to tell them that it is okay to take oils internally, because they shouldn't be doing that without an adult supervision anyways. So always aromatically, always topically, heavily diluted, never internally. But that is like our
We're gonna
finale.
avoid a Tide situation.
Yeah. Lip scrub, lip balm, super duper fun. Beeswax, shea butter. Did you really awesome.
Contact holders?
We did.
That is so cool.
I know, it's super cute. Although my kids did have a good point, because we did it during flu season, and they're like, Miss Zimmerman, this is kind of gross because we're putting our fingers in this and then putting it around our mouth, and it's flu season. And I went, oh yeah. So I did buy little chapstick things the next time around, but you can get these at Target for super cheap, or Walmart, and it's just a ton of little contact things.
So
and
cute.
Then super duper cute.
So cute.
Foaming hand sani. I was anxious about doing this, and it worked out pretty well. Just because I was worried it would leave a funky residue, but it worked out really well. And I did it in a smaller little bottle, foaming hand soap bottle. It's like a little teeny cylindrical one, and it worked out really, really well.
Oh yeah, with the right pump.
Yeah, with the pump. Bug spray, y'all, I have to be honest, I don't feel like anything works as well as TerraShield. If you are familiar with doTERRA, doTERRA's TerraShield rocks, and it comes in a spray bottle, and that is my favorite. The fact is, though, most of my kids don't have doTERRA TerraShield, and so we just make our own bug spray. So this maybe works-ish, not as well as TerraShield, but if you're doing a DIY, why not? I always give them this at the end of the season too. So this is just shows you where you can put your essential oils and what they're going to benefit, along with a dilution chart. Because I feel like it's super smart, super easy. And if parents are going to be looking at this, then maybe it can make it a little bit more doable for them and their children. Stinky shoe spray. Yep. More bath bombs. There's the TerraShield. And then this is just about how to make your own blends. Again, it's just a really kind of like easy way for them to look and see and have that on hand. And then here's Play-Doh soap. Guys, I have to revise this Play-Doh though. It is a really awesome recipe, only I don't use a cup of vegetable oil. I use like a tablespoon. So this recipe says a cup of flour, a cup of vegetable oil. Do not do that. That will be like the greasiest, nastiest thing you've ever messed with. But this works really, really well. And I actually just use hot water for my tea kettle. And so it works really well with the kids and they can make it and it smells so delicious and is wonderful. And this is one of the most fun things we did this year, this spooky eyeball soap. It's so fun. It's so fun. And it's just with your soaps and your essential oils. Super duper fun and like a circular mold. So I just got a circular mold off Amazon. And then the rest is all soap. It's like clear soap, glycerin soap, and also like your shea or your goat's milk soap. So it's really, really fun. Oh, poopery spray is always hilarious too, because we always talk about pooping and farting at school. Dare I say farting, but that's what the lingo we use. So it's really funny when you talk to them about poopery spray, because they're going to spray it on them. They're like, what? We spray it on the toilet? And this was an itch stick. This was an itch stick that I made with the kids too. A lot of them didn't like the smell of Melaleuca, tea tree oil. So we just kind of did lavender. Lavender's great. You know, it's a gradient. It's a great for when you have discomfort with bug bites. So we a lot of them just went the lavender and not the Melaleuca. And we just made them in cute little chapsticks and then they could just rub them on their bug bites. That was kind of like for our summer care kit. So these are all, I will send these to Kelly and she will be able to send them to you. Any questions?
Yeah, I think that's super cool. I mean, like some of these are things that I just wouldn't have thought of. Play-Doh makes sense to me because that's the stage of life I'm in, but like an itch stick or like creating those chapsticks in the contact holders is too cute. I think you're really resourceful too. If you're like, what?
I didn't say anything.
You can, if you go to Amy's house, like she's on the hunt everywhere she goes for like some creative container or something like that to put these ideas into action. And if you are a DIYer, this is a really cool way to get started with stuff or start playing with things. So we're going to send you these recipes. We just need to know where to send them to. So fill out that giveaway link so that we can make sure we get you this information in your contacts. And then some of the other fun things that we can share with you are the doTERRA blog. This is a great place to get ideas generated if you want to do DIY stuff. There's a doTERRA Science and Kids part of our site where doTERRA does some of these fun little videos and experiments with it. You can also follow doTERRA on YouTube. And I think it's just doTERRA. There's not like an doTERRA official. And all that information here is just to spark your creativity, to engage with your kids, make memories with them. What do you want them to remember about this time of life? If they are high schoolers or if they're little ones, or if you've got grandkids coming to your house, like what are the things that you want them to remember? And scent is the fastest way to access memory. So if you want those memories to be made, start getting out ginger with that one girl who is just crazy for ginger in your life.
She is. It's so funny.
I think it's hilarious. I really want her to have red hair. That would make everything over the top if she did. She doesn't. So Amy, she doesn't.
I know.
But Amy, you shared so much.
Again because it's so good.
I knew you had it. I saw you stretching. You're like, all right, my part is done. I'm going to stretch this out. So this is the part where we love to invite you guys back again next week. So every week we do this on Mondays. It's one of our favorite things to do. We're out to make Mondays your best day of the week. And I think we're doing pretty well so far. Amy is wrapping up April, and we've done officially, I think it's been like almost 10. I think we've done almost 10 classes now, 9 classes. And then next week is going to be, I think we've got Kelly Couch. We may have switched Kelly Couch, teaching about oils and kids. We've also got another class with Carrie Vossick coming up. Our friend Sam is going to teach oils in the Bible, and then Lori's going to teach oils in education. So if you loved what Amy had to share tonight about kids and using essential oils, even just as this like therapeutic way to master your emotions or to help you come to kind of a calm place where you can process these things well, stick with us because you're really going to enjoy the rest of the events that we have coming up. I think that when we, hold on just a second. There we go. I think that when we get into all of these different topics about essential oils, you see the wide world of them open up, everything from emotional benefits to obviously the physical ones, right? If you have an oil called Digest Zen, it's probably going to help your digestive tract, right? Like there's some common sense things here. But all of these oils are going to have this physical and emotional benefit. And for every age and every stage, it's very easy to teach about essential oils. And it's why we love this as an income stream, because there's no discrimination here. Absolutely everyone could use an oil to feel a little bit better in some way, shape, or form. So we're really thrilled to get to offer this to you every Monday night. Come back, connect with us, and let us just help you use your oils and feel really confident in them. And bring your friends. So here's what we've decided. Anytime we have a live that has more than 50 people on it, we're going to give away more than one giveaway. So standard, we're just going to give away an oil every week because we think people need them in their homes. And when you have them, you'll use them. But when we have more people on here, we're going to give away extra giveaways. So make sure that you're telling people about these Monday Night Lives. Every day I'm oiling. And you can follow us on Instagram or in our email chat. But Amy, where can people find you on Instagram or on Facebook?
We're just fine. Well, it's just my personal pages. It's Instagram is ZGAA5, I believe. It's my husband's and my children's initials, and there's 5 of us.
That's hilarious. Yeah. I think maybe my Instagram is this.
It's a little simpler. Yeah. And then Facebook is just Amy Green Zimmerman. Like you can look me up and find me. And yeah, like that's it there. Although Kelly and I were talking, I was like, I should like have an aromatherapy with my kids thing where all my parents can follow and they can see what we're doing. That makes more sense than some of the, I feel like that makes it a lot easier than what I'm doing now in terms of communication. But, yes. But yeah, like this is really fun. And I think if there's one big takeaway that I can give you guys is don't be afraid to do it. I feel like we all learn. I was so scared when I first got my essential oils to use them. Not scared because I was like, oh my gosh, what if I mess up? Well, that was one thing. But 2, I was also like, these are super pricey and they're so amazing. And oh my gosh, I'm only going to use them when I desperately need them. And so then I would never use them. And let me tell you what I love about doing this aromatherapy class too, is that it's kind of forced me to use my oils more. So it's really, really fun. And what's super cool is that teachers will walk into the classroom while we're doing it or after we're doing it. And they're just like, oh, it smells so amazing in here. This is just incredible. So it's not just benefiting my kids that are in there. It's benefiting like everybody that's coming in contact with it. And that is super edifying for me too. Like, oh, I am doing something good. This works really well. So it's good stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So don't be afraid. Yes. Just do it. Just try it. And so much of it is trial and error. I can't tell you how many of my DIYs with the kids have bombed out, and we just perfect it and just keep working on it until we find the right thing. Like figuring out that spearmint works best with slime this is like our 5th time that we've done it. And we've decided citrus just is not going to work anymore.
Love the smell. Don't love the snap. That is awesome. Yeah. Don't love the snap. Amy, thank you so much for your time tonight. Can I do our giveaway and then we'll sign off?
Yes, please. Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay. All right. So mystery oil, which is one of my absolute favorite oils. Um, it is citrusy. It is emotionally benefiting. It is very mood elevating. And our winner tonight is Bo's got her name.
I gave it to you. You forgot.
Yeah. Oh, Robert Day, you are a winner. A fellow YouTuber. You're going to get an elevation oil. Robert, all we need from you is to send us an email at bettertogetherlife@gmail.com, and we will send you a bottle of elevation. This is one of my top most favorite oils. It's one that I actually ordered in abundance this month so that I could give you guys one. This has replaced all of my perfumes. I used to be totally obsessed with Estee Lauder Pleasures. I know that is very early 2000s of me, guys, but I loved it. Actually, when we moved, I threw a whole bottle of it away because I just learned some of the things that Amy's showing us, like get a better option for your hand sanitizer. Don't use the Bath and Body Works stuff that's really making you more sick than it is better. This is my almost everyday perfume, this and a bottle of Balance. So Robert, I'm going to send you one of these. Just send us an email. And if you guys want to set up a one-on-one with me or with Amy, then send us an email as well at bettertogetherlife@gmail.com. Bo has something to say.
Wait, okay. Did you get, I saw Taylor. Taylor had a question.
Taylor Cyrus?
Yes. Did you answer her?
Taylor, what was your question?
Because you and Amy might be able to help about some, for her, I think it was a son or a kid
Oils
for
and kids with special needs?
focus.
Oh, yeah.
So I just wanted to make sure that.
Amy, what are you using with your kids when focus is a struggle?
So a lot of the times we pull out that wild orange and peppermint. Again, if you're feeling like peppermint's a little bit much, spearmint. Spearmint's great. And spearmint's really great paired with citrus oils too. There's one that I really love. It's a spearmint, tangerine, and bergamot together. Those are, bergamot is great with everything. It's delicious. But the minties are really good, I think, enhance focus. Rosemary is supposed to be really, really great with that too.
I was just going to say, rosemary and the diffuser with bergamot or lemon is phenomenal. Put the frankincense with it. That's going to help as well. Anytime
also the thinker, the kids thinker blend. If you have a doTERRA account, that Kids Thinker Blend in tune has a lot of patchouli that some people love and some people do not. But that Kids Thinker Blend, hands down, delish, and it works great. Yeah,
we're using that a lot at home. You know, like I think there's some great things about homeschooling, but one of the challenges is like, you could take it or leave it any time of day. So if you get off schedule and you've got to get back on schedule, Thinker is really helpful. It's one of those ones that we just rub right over the heart or down the spine, and it's really beneficial. It's almost the same as what I mentioned before with kids who are anxious or nervous. You have that physical anchor and then that scent anchor. So when I take out Thinker, our kids have practiced using that so frequently that it makes sense. They're like, oh, this is our focus blend and this is what we do. And then we do this. I'm here. I'm ready to learn. I can do this. And then we tack grammar or reading or this really hard thing called thank you notes. Those are the things that we use the Thinker blend for. So I hope that's helpful, Taylor. And if it's not, send us a note and we'll help you. And I think, Taylor, you might be in our like team group, like our education group called It Is Well, Better Together, Oils and More. These are for people who aren't working with another team. So Monday nights are for everyone, total all skate. But if you aren't working with someone and you want support with essential oils, then you can be a part of our Facebook group, which is called It Is Well, Better Together, Oils and More. And that's where we just connect. We're in the middle, actually almost the tail end of a 30-day giveaway. So if you're joining us tonight for the first time in that group, you still have a chance to win tomorrow's giveaway. But it's been a lot of fun, and that's where you really get a taste of our community and our culture. What Amy's sharing here right now is the same kind of thing we share in our group all the time, year round, but just really accessible for everybody who wants to learn more, but maybe just hasn't made the decision to say yes to doTERRA or yes to our team. But it's our pleasure to really get to do these Monday nights with you. It's my favorite thing to introduce the whole world to my sister, because I think everybody needs more Amy Zimmerman in their life. So thank you, Amy, for sharing with us one of your only chill nights of the week, because I know with 3 kids, you guys have lots of activities because your kids are super cool. So thank you for sharing that with us and just pouring into these strangers on the internet who hopefully now have become friends.
Yeah, thank you for having me. This was super fun.
Of course. All right, guys. So we will see you get into the slime, guys. Spearmint slime is going to change your life. Thanks for being my twin in Austin, Aim. I pulled my hair you. I feel like maybe I should put it down so they'll know who's who now.
There we go.
And then if you pull yours down, then they'll be mystified again. Okay, guys, we will see you next week right here at 8 o'clock. Thanks for joining with us and sharing with your friends, because it's not nice not to share. And it is better together because you are here, and what you bring to the table, this conversation wouldn't exist without these kinds of questions, guys. So thank you for sharing and being vulnerable and open and just letting us be part of this conversation that you have. So thanks for trusting us. Have a great night and an awesome week. We hope we perked up Mondays for you and you just had a blast. We'll see you next week. Good night.